everyone, and welcome to Some Cuisine. My name is Harper, if you did not know, and today, for the first time in my life, I will be making fettuccine alfredo from scratch, except for the actual fettuccine part, because I don't want to make pasta today. And as the title might say, I'll be making this for the first time in my life, if that be with somebody else or alone. I'll be doing this all alone, so it'll be even more fun. And I'll be documenting my highs, successes, and my low failures, because there's always at least one of each. And then finally, I want to say a big thank you for Vanessa May for suggesting this video. If you want to suggest your own meal that you think I should make for the first time in my life, just comment below your request and I'll get to it as soon as possible. But with that, let us begin. Okay, now I have a huge pot boiling. You know, I can see it's pretty big, but more or less after a really long time, the water is boiling. So I'm just gonna start boiling or cooking my fettuccine. Wow, that was a very weird voice crack, but let's just go in. Okay, well, that was a little bit of an accident. Okay, I just dropped one in there. Oh well, okay, so that is being said, and then I'm just gonna push it all down until it is all in the water. Usually what you want to do, fun little fact if you guys care, but usually what I do is just like push it gently down, and after a couple of minutes it will, you know, go all the way down because, you know, everything is becoming more malleable thanks to it being cooking and because it's getting water, blah 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 blah. Science! Pretty great. As you can probably see, I'm not the biggest, you know, person when it comes to science. I can do it, and I believe it, and I can more or less follow it, but I'm not good at it. But more or less, it's just going to cook for around 8 minutes, and with that being said, let's go to the next step. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is pour in all the whipping cream. I have to say that I didn't actually, you know, let's just say, measure it out correctly, so this might be the wrong measurements. And speaking of that, the recipe that I'm using is quite simple. At this point, I just want to know if this tastes really good. You know, I want this to be better than anything I've had before in my life, so that's my, like, you know, low expectation for this dish. Also, of course, the recipe that I'm using, it will be in the description down below, so go check it out there. But with that being said, I'm just also gonna grab the butter. There's a lot of that. And I'm just gonna melt this together, as the recipe says. And this will probably take a couple of minutes, so I'll get back to you when that is ready. Okay, so after a couple minutes, we are finally done. There is a little bit left, but I'm getting really impatient, you know, as you do. So I'm just gonna go on from here. So next up is to season with salt, pepper, and garlic salt. First thing is the garlic salt. So just wanna see, that should be enough. Some pepper. So because there's a lot of, you know, other things involved, I do want to season it really well, so, you know, it's nothing bland or whatever. So we're just going to mix this around, and then let's just taste. I'm only eating this, so, you know, cross-contamination, it's okay. What the heck? Sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to go next step, which is stir in all the cheeses. So on medium to high heat, we have our Parmesan, and then our Pecorino Romano. And then we mix and combine. So I'm just gonna mix this, you know, my fettuccine is actually gonna be done in like a couple of seconds, so I'm just gonna take care of that and then come back to this and just, like, you know, mix it all up. The cheese should, you know, oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off. The cheese should, you know, really thicken up the whole thing. I can probably see it's still very liquidy, so hopefully that will work. I'm just gonna put it on medium to low heat while I drain my pasta, so give me 1 second. Okay, so the Alfredo sauce is, I think, done. It's not as thick as I thought it would be, but maybe I'm just going crazy. This is what it's supposed to look like. I have no idea. Everything is mixed together. It smells pretty nice. I'm gonna put a little bit more salt. Okay, so we're just gonna pour in the fettuccine and then, you know, more or less get to the last step. As before, very, very easy recipe. I just want this to be really, really good, you know. I want this to be better, you know, than some of its parts kind of thing. So let's go on. Okay, here is our fettuccine. And now let's just stir everything together. Here we go. I mean, it looks really good. I think it's gonna taste really good. I'm surprised that there wasn't as much seasoning or anything as you know, I thought there would be. I thought maybe parsley or something like that. This is a very simple fettuccine alfredo recipe, so maybe it doesn't need that. But I'm pretty excited. It smells really good. I am very hungry. So I'm just gonna plate some out for myself and then let's see if it tastes good. Or if it tastes amazing. I think it'll taste good. I wanna know if it's gonna taste amazing. So, you know, sending some very, probably can't reach them high hopes right now. Okay, so, just a minute. Here is our fettuccine alfredo. It looks pretty nice. It smells nice. I'm a little worried maybe a little bit bland or whatever, but let us see how it tastes. Also, the sun is like going in and out because, you know, clouds and science and whatnot. So apologies if the lighting just like changes weirdly or whatever. But let us try this out. I am very hungry, so I am very excited to see how this is. So, it's still a little hot. As usual, needs a little more salt. Okay, so I've just had a lot of fettuccine alfredo accidentally, and let's talk about my thoughts. So, number one, the noodles and, you know, the sauce and all that, they came together very well. The biggest problem was it was the sauce. It was way too greasy, you could say. It was very decadent. I had around like a big bowl or so, maybe even 2 small bowls, and I'm not feeling that well, so it is insanely decadent. And it isn't very, you could say, creamy. It's more like buttery. I didn't really enjoy it because it had so much butter. Also, there wasn't really a lot of flavor except, you know, the cheeses gave this very unique, delicious flavor that Alfredo sauce does have. But I couldn't taste the garlic salt, and I couldn't taste the pepper, and I actually had to put a lot of salt on it for me to like it. Then again, I put a lot of salt on everything, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I hate myself already. More or less, the biggest issue really is the fact that the Alfredo sauce was very buttery. I really wanted this, you know, very creamy, delicious, cheesy Alfredo sauce, and I definitely got a delicious Alfredo sauce, but it wasn't creamy, and after a while it made me kind of sick. So my score is, you know, score being 1 being I can't even finish it, and 10 being I want to try this again, it's amazing, it looks great. I would give this probably a 6.5. It didn't really look that nice on camera. It does look like fettuccine alfredo, but it doesn't look, you know, beautiful stock photo. Instead, it looks more like, you know, average, subpar. I might have messed up on the recipe, you know, that probably is on me, but I definitely, you know, think that it could have been way better. You know, it had a lot of tastes that were amazing, and I will enjoy this dish, you know, because I have a lot of it now, so yay, freezing a lot of it. But, you know, when you feel sick after eating, you know, a bowl or 2, there's probably an issue, and the issue is it's very decadent, and my stomach can't take that anymore. But with that being said, that's the end of the video. So of course, if you like this video because I like, if you want to see more from moi, just subscribe. As before, thank you so much, Vanessa May, for suggesting this video. And of course, again, if you want to suggest your own video, just comment below. But with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you next time, and as usual, goodbye.